Hi everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing a solo playthrough of Gate. This is a game by Jason Glover. He designed and illustrated this one, so that's pretty neat. I've got this all set up. We have the enemy cards. There are wave 1, 2, and 3 in here. You shuffle each of the waves separately and then you place them so that wave 1 is on top, wave 2 is in the middle, wave 3 is on the bottom. And then here we have some of the hero cards. These will be one-time use cards that you can gain throughout the game. Here we have the citizen cards. You'll know that because it has a cost on the top right with a number in it. And over here are some of your locations. So we have the farm, which gives us an ability +1 to a single purchase once per turn while still standing. We have the gate. If destroyed, the game ends immediately. We have the tower, +1 to a single attack once per turn while still standing. And we have the pyramid. And as you progress onto the pyramid, you will lose if you get to the top. You'll also lose, as described here, when the gate is destroyed. It also comes with a reference card. It's double-sided for some of the commands that you can do during the command step. And then we have the turn sequence on this side. And then lastly, we have our starting cards. So you start with 3 citizens. They have an S on the top right because you're not buying them to use. They are starting cards. And then you have some of them with abilities on the bottom. So this farmer says +1 when repairing the farm. Otherwise, I will explain some of these uses. So here we have some icons. And just to specify, you use coins typically to recruit. So you'll recruit your citizens using the money, but you could use 2 for command, which is an attack. You could use 1 as a caravan, discard and replace all recruits. You could spend 2 to use it for the festival, which I think is just lowering your fear. And then you could use 2 to repair, which is fortify. So there's some additional uses for the money. This is the repair, so you can repair 1 value on a die. If you're repairing the farm, specifically with the farmer, you could repair an extra 1. If there was a value next to this fear icon, you just basically move down the pyramid instead of up. And then when you have a card like the guard, you can do 1 damage when you attack an enemy. I think I'll get started here. We'll see how far we can make it. So first step is enemies advance. So we'll draw the top card of the enemy deck and put it in the first space. This is the Spader. This will give us 1 victory point if we defeat it. This requires 3 damage to die. If this were to attack, it will attack the gate. And this would make us move 1 spot higher in the pyramid. In the pyramid, you move from left to right, bottom to top. So now that enemy is advanced, we get to draw up. In this case, since we're just starting the game, we already have our starting cards. We don't need to draw up. We could use commands now. Commands were, when we use the money. So I think I'm actually going to skip that. I'm going to try to get more attack cards, cards with an attack. And so I will be doing a recruit. I have 1, 2, 3 money. I also gained an extra money because my farm is still up. So it's +1 to a single purchase once per turn. And you can use multiple cards, add them up, and use them. So essentially I have 4 money. I think in this case I'll just spend 3 on the craftsman. That will go into my discard pile. I'll put it underneath my little play area. And then you immediately draw on top. So essentially you're going to have 3 and then 1 face up on top of the citizen deck. So that's how you have the 4 rows. So I spent all of these 3 coins. Whenever you spend any of these resources on the left of a card to do anything, it goes straight into your discard pile. Any citizen you buy also goes into your discard pile. Any hero card you gain goes into your discard pile. Next, you can use any remaining cards to attack enemies, repair buildings, or to lower your town's fear level. Obviously, I don't have a hand right now. I used all my cards. And then next, enemies will attack. So all face-up enemies, there will always only be 2 slots, will attack at the location. So it's going to attack for 1 at the gate and also increase my fear on the pyramid. So let's start with the gate. The gate is here, so let's lower one of the dice down by 1. So it's now at 6. Depending, I guess you would just add these up. It's at 11, I guess. And then next, we will move this over to the right, and you'll see that it's covering this symbol. It says gain 1 hero card. So go ahead and do that. We'll gain the top hero card, put it into the discard pile. And that is how the game works. Turn sequence, we will move this over for the next enemy to come out. Again, you can only have 2 slots, so we'll talk about when there might be more than 2. So this is a plague rat. It will give us 3 victory points if we were to defeat it. And then it will attack us at the farm for 1 damage and increase the pyramid by 1 as well. Alright, I'm going to shuffle up my discard pile to draw up. It's a little difficult for me to actually really shuffle the way I normally do, but that's how I'll do it. And then I'll draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. See what we got. We have a bishop, which will let us use this 1 time to decrease on the pyramid by 3. We have the farmer, which gives us +1 when repairing the farm, and the craftsman +1 when repairing the farm or gate. I was hoping for more attack, because if you were to attack, I need to do a total of 7 damage to take both of these out. 3 for spider, and plague rat, I need 4. So I might need to do a command now, because a command will allow us to do 1 damage. And so it's still difficult to do, but I could manage to attack with 2 damage, and then 1 damage with 2 coins. So let's do that. We'll spend the 2 coins from the farmer and the bishop to do 1 attack on the spider. So I'll put a damage there. And then let me actually just move this over a little bit, because I want it to be seen what I'm doing and why. And that spider's stats were covered, so let's just shift everything over. I tend to forget I have this section of the screen now to show my face. So I'll just adjust this a little bit. Okay, so now that you see that more clearly, I'm going to now move on to using my cards. I'm not going to recruit this turn. I'll use 1 attack on the craftsman, but also I gain an extra attack using the tower. So that's 2 damage to finish off the spider. So I'll go ahead and just take this into my little victory pile or score pile, and then that's it. Enemies will attack. The plague rat will attack the farm for 1. So it's down to 5 health. And then it's going to increase my pyramid. And that symbol says 1 damage to the farm. So now it's back. It's actually down to 4. And then we move on. Enemies will advance. Let's flip over what's next. We have the Skelipede. Okay, takes 3 to take it out. It will do 2 damage to my tower. That's not good. And 2 victory points. Alright. We have 2 in our draw pile, and then we'll shuffle the rest and draw 1 more. Okay, we have a bishop, which is a 1-time use card, and we have the monk and the guard. So the bishop really only helps with the fear. We have the monk and the guard, which also doesn't do much, but attacking might still be okay to do. I don't know if I want to use any of the commands. I want to be able to do some damage, but I don't think it's worth using my guard for that, because that will already do 1 damage. So I'll go ahead and use the guard and use the +1 from the tower to do 2 damage. And I'll do 2 damage to the Skelipede. And then I have 2 cards left. I could buy something, and I think I will. I'll use the monk to spend 1 coin with the additional from the farm to buy a minstrel. You immediately replace the card so you have 4. And then the bishop, I guess I could use if I wanted to, or it'll just be stuck in my hand. I guess so. 1, 2. I'm not really using to its fullest, but that's what happens. Alright, so that's the one-time use card because I didn't want it to clog up my hand. Enemies will now advance, will now attack. So the plague rat will attack my farm for 1. I'm at 3. And then it's going to increase my fear by 1. And do I gain a hero card if I get back up? Let's see, here are the rules. Fear some of the monsters, move your fear up. I think it does mention it at some point. Any symbol on the fear that has passed or landed on during this action is activated. I'm guessing so. If you pass or land on the sun icon, you may draw these hero cards, may only be played once. If you ever reach the top, it's over. Okay. I feel like if I back up and go back up, I still would get it. I do think I'll gain that hero card into my discard pile. It's a Baroness. Okay. And then the Skelipede will attack my tower for 2, so it's down to 4 health. And no fear to be added. So at this point, enemies will advance. This plague rat, unfortunately, will do 1 damage to my gate, and it will go down like this, and now it's going to be discarded essentially. So just want to clarify the turn sequence here. So you may only ever have 2 enemies out at one time. So if you place the 3rd foe, you must remove the enemy to the far left from play. This enemy will get to make 1 final attack at the gate for 1 damage and then should be removed from play and not be scored. Alright. See the new enemy. Ooh, Dark Priest, 5 health. 2 damage to the tower, 1 fear. Not great. We have 2 in the draw pile. And then we'll shuffle and get the 3rd card. It's a Baroness. Okay, we have Farmer and Craftsman. Not a lot of attack-worthy cards, but I think we can probably buy it. We have 6 coins, and I think I'll spend it immediately to just, go to the recruit phase. Now it's in my deck, and I get to reveal the citizens. And then unfortunately we do get attacked. That's rough. The Skelipede will attack the tower for 2, so we're down to 2 health. The Dark Priest will attack for 2 to the tower as well. And so it's dead. So now we won't get that +1 single attack, so that's unfortunate. And then we gain a fear as well, and the farm will take 2 damage. Alright, so let's see. Unfortunately, these will be just removed from the game when it advances, so the damage, I probably should have just prioritized taking that out, but I did not. So it is what it is. We have 3 cards in the draw pile, and we'll get started. So in terms of attack, still very low. I just have 1 attack, which does nothing for me. 2, 3, 4 coins. I could potentially just still buy some stuff. I have 5 coins. I think I'll get a Tinkerer with the 5 coins and use all my cards. Alright, and then the enemies will attack. This will attack the tower, but it's gone, but it's gonna do it to the gate instead. Gonna gain 1 fear, gain a hero card. We gained an engineer. Rat Lord will attack for 2 to the gate, so that's gone. And then enemies will advance. And we will shuffle up our much larger deck and see if we can repair possibly something, but it looks like this is going to be an uphill battle. I have to refill the citizens here. Alright. 1, 2, 3. We have an engineer, a monk, and a guard. Why do we have 2 starting cards in our hand? Of course that would happen. Alright, we should probably repair something. But let's first see if we want to use any commands. I don't think probably we will, because I want to use my cards a little bit better than that. So we have 4 to repair. So I'll do that and repair the farm by 4, so back up to 6. And then I'll use this to repair the fear by 1. And I'll use this to do 1 damage to the rotworm. Okay. And then the enemies will attack. This is going to do 2 to the gate. And this is going to do 2 to the farm. And then increase it by 1. For the fear on Rotworm's card, gain the hero card. I'm assuming that's how you play. And then we'll advance enemies. And it looks like it's just definitely getting harder and harder. 3 cards. We have Minstrel, Champion, and Tinkerer. We have potentially 4 attack here. Definitely could finish off the Rotworm. But let's see, do we want to recruit anything? I don't think so. We have 2 here, 1 fear. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll... I think we will spend... Yeah, maybe we will spend 2. But then I don't know what I'll spend on. I guess the Warden. I'll spend 2 coins. And the 1 from the farm, since it's still standing, to buy the Warden for 3. And then we can go ahead and do an attack for 4 to the Rotworm. Goes into our pile. And we'll get attacked by this for 2 at the farm. And then increase the fear. So it says tower, 1 damage to the tower. The tower's gone, so the gate will take that damage. Enemies advance. We have the Death Guard. And we have to draw cards. 3 remaining in our draw pile. We have Baroness, Farmer, Craftsman. I want to try to get enough damage, but there's no way. I only have 1 attack here. So when you lose the game, if at any moment your gate loses all of its health or you reach the top of the pyramid, you lose. So how do we win? You can only win by surviving all the enemies in the enemy deck and by killing off the final 2 foes. So I don't think we can. Once you have depleted the enemy deck and no more cards can be drawn at the beginning of your turn, you have triggered the final stand. No longer will enemies advance, and you will have to defeat the remaining 2 enemies or die trying. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, that would be interesting. So in this case, I think we definitely need some more powerful cards. I would like to get the Alchemist, so we'll spend all our coins to get the Alchemist, which was 6. And then we'll call that a day. Enemy will attack. Oh no, I don't even know if we will survive. So this is gonna get 2 damage to the farm, removing that. Death Guard will do 1 to the tower, but since that's gone, it's gonna do it to the gate. So down to 4, and then 3 fear. 1, 2, 3. 1 damage to the gate. But I do gain a hero card, which is the final one here. Alright, advance. These are the final 2. So we have to defeat this to win the game. And we only have the gate at 3 health here, which is super unfortunate. So I probably won't be focusing on getting any civil, what do they call it? Citizens. Alright, 1, 2, 3. I wish we could draw more than 3 cards. 2 attack won't do me anything. But I have 6 coins. I could repair for 4. So this says +1 damage to each location. Alright, so I think I will do a repair of 4. Repair this to 6. Put that 1 there. And then 4 coins. Gosh, I don't know what I could use the 4 coins for. I probably should have thought about that during the command step. Maybe if I back up, I can do that and spend 4 to do 2. Could I do multiple commands? Commands on one side as other. Yeah, let's see the command phase. And I'm so sorry for the noise. My husband is snoring really loud. Okay, so the cost of a command is indicated. You may spend income shown on your cards to perform any number of commands you wish, but never the same command twice. Okay, so I can only do it once. That's fine. I'll spend 2 coins to do 1 damage here. And then I'll spend the remaining 2 coins to do a repair, and I'll repair this 1 more. Okay, so that is what I will have done using commands. Now the enemies will attack. I'll do 1 here. Increase the fear by 2. Oh no. So that's what ended up getting me. I really should have spent the command to decrease my fear instead of repairing. But so it goes. That was the decision I made. I didn't think it as thoroughly as I should have. But yeah, that was a little quick playthrough of Gate. Took me probably less than 20 minutes to play. I did not add in the Gates expansion, although I do have it. So I'll be interested to try that out. I think it makes the game a little bit longer. But yeah, this was very fun. I really like the art on these. Very simple and easy game to learn. If I did make any mistakes, let me know. Yeah, definitely will have this in my collection for a long time. I'll be probably bring this to future travels just to get some games in. I really like the deck building aspect of this, and I guess the dungeon crawling with really like, you know, the enemies coming out. Yeah, well, very well done solo game. Let me know what you guys think of this one. Have you played any of Jason Glover's other games? I have Dust Runner on my list of games to get on the Game Crafter, so I might do that. And so you might see that on my channel in the future. If you're not already subscribed, please do. And also I do have channel memberships, so check that out if you can. You just go on my channel and look at that. But basically I just post a lot of posts and pictures specifically for members to look at. It could be pictures from my personal life, updates about my personal life. First, early access to a bunch of videos as I create them. I basically record a bunch of videos when I have the time, and then I schedule them out so that it's not all going out and being posted on people's news feeds all at once, but members do get to see a lot of those videos I do create more immediately. And some of them 3 days before it's public, or sometimes even a month before it's public, really depending on the game and my schedule that I plan on promoting some of these videos. Okay. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you guys next time.